Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to share with you guys the three main planners and journals that I'm going to be using in 2024. I've actually made this video twice and deleted it because I kept changing my mind on what my main planners were going to be, but I think I have it figured out now. And I just wanted to go ahead and share it with you guys. I tried to get this out before the new year, but I was actually waiting on a new ink and it didn't get here until yesterday. So I haven't even fully filled out my planner yet. So I thought I would go ahead and do that with you guys too. But first, I want to go ahead and tell you guys the two other journals that I'm going to be using. If you saw my 2023 lineup, you know that I use the Hobonichi 5-year in the A6 size as a daily journal, and I absolutely love this journal. It's just so easy to jot down a few thoughts every day. Even if you miss a day, it's really easy to kind of go back at the end of the week and fill in anything important or special that might have happened on that day. And one of the reasons that I love this so much is that I can look back and see what I was doing the previous 3 years. I've tried to get my daughter into journaling and she's been into it on and off throughout her life, but I bought one of these for her at the same time I bought mine, and she uses it every day for the past 3 years, just like I have. They're a little bit expensive, but they're really good quality. She doesn't have a leather cover on hers, but I see her when she writes in hers, and she turns hers completely around like this when she writes. And she's been doing that for 3 years, and the book is still in perfect condition. So this is staying in my planner lineup for 2024. This is one that's been around off and on throughout my planning adventures, and it's the Traveler's Notebook in the standard size. I've been through many different kind, including Chic Sparrow, Foxy Fix, and I've always come back to the actual Traveler's Company notebook. And when they re-released the green, I went ahead and got this. I don't even know if you can tell it's green on camera. It looks a little bit like a dark brown, but this is the olive color. And I used to use this as my main journal, but I started to do that in this planner, which I'll show you in a minute. And I kind of backed off journaling here because I felt like I was writing the same information in both of them. But what I'm doing now is I am just using this mainly for pictures and any ephemera that I collect. So this will be something that I probably come in here and fill out maybe once or twice a month. I'll have pictures printed up, anything that I've collected, and then I'll go ahead and put them in here. And let me go ahead and grab last year's to show you what I mean. So this was the only one that I had in 2023. Usually I fill up about 3 or 4 of these within the year, but like I said, I did most of my journaling in here and kind of stopped in here. What I'll do is just put a picture or something that I used and then just write a tiny little thing about what it is. I love flipping through all these and having all of these memories come flooding back. So I will be doing this again this year. And this is the insert that I made. If you ever want to be inspired to journal in this kind of method, you need to go see Jane the Crazy. She has a YouTube channel. She is so inspirational, and I get so motivated whenever I watch her videos. Okay, and if you know me, you know that this is the Sterling Ink B6 Common Planner, and I used it last year, absolutely loved it. The only issue that I had with it was that the grid was a little light. The grid is a little bit darker this year, but I'm gonna be honest, I still find that it's a little bit too light for me, but I don't think that's a reflection on the planner at all. That's more of a reflection that my eyes are getting older and I need good lighting whenever I write in this. This cover is from Vanderspeck, and it's the Janet Undyed leather. I have videos on this too. I have videos when I first got it and what I would do differently. So if you want to check those out, those are on my channel as well. So I got my planner and I didn't have the ink that I wanted to use. It finally came and I grabbed the wrong one, but this is the ink that I've been using for about a year now. And I've actually been using the color Lily, not this one. I grabbed the wrong bottle, but it's like a greenish brown color. And I really loved it, used it all the time when I lived in San Diego. But for some reason, when we moved here to Arizona, I felt like my pens just started to dry out quicker. I don't know if it's because there's just less moisture here, but I was starting to find that my pen was drying out way too quick. If I left it uncapped for a minute, it would get really dried out easily. One of my favorite reasons for using this ink is that it's waterproof and it's fast drying. And I really started to realize that when I would be writing in my 5-year planner and some of these other colors weren't waterproof. And if I happened to get a little bit of water on them, or if my hand got sweaty, I noticed that it started to smear. So now I only use archive inks, things that will last. And this brand is exactly that. But because I was having that problem with my pens drying out, I went ahead and got this ink here. It's the Diatramentis Archive ink, and I love this. I really wanted it in brown, but I couldn't find it in brown. It's just in black. So I was using this ever since we moved to Arizona, basically. But then I saw on somebody else's Instagram that they had this in brown. So I started researching it and saw that they do have brown, but it's called document brown and not archive. And I didn't know if there was a difference, so that's why I didn't get the brown originally. I thought if I wanted something waterproof, I had to get the archive one, but this is also waterproof, and the only difference is that it's document ink and it can be used in legal documents, but they both dry about the same and are both waterproof. So I went ahead and got a couple bottles of this. I got the regular brown and I got sepia brown because looking online, I just couldn't tell what I wanted to use. And then I also got this green gray color, which is absolutely gorgeous. And I put it in this Kakuno pen here. So I use that for my 5-year journal and just any other splashes of color I want to add. And then if you saw my Instagram story, I put samples of these two up and asked you guys to choose which one I should use. And most of you chose sepia brown, which I was hoping you guys would choose because this one was a little bit lighter and a little bit more on the red side. And this one was a little bit darker and more consistent. And because I write with a fine pen, this one was easier to see than this one. This one is absolutely gorgeous though, and I'll probably use it as an accent color as well. My husband already likes it because he uses thicker nibs than I do, so the variation in this one is really beautiful. Once I filled my pen, I went ahead and filled out a couple of things in here, but there's so many things that I still need to fill out that are in the beginning. I haven't put my monthly stickers in yet, which I'm not sure why. I could have done that already. And then I went ahead and printed up this little vision board that I need to put in here. And then I have my goals all mapped out right here so that I can just transfer them over to this. And then I also did this ideal day that I want to have. So I want to go ahead and put this in here too. And today is Wednesday, and I haven't filled out my weekly section too, but let me go ahead and show you guys what I want to do. And then I'm going to go ahead and try to do it on camera so you guys can see how I fill out my planner. I'm going to put, let's see, I think I'm going to put the vision board here on this thicker paper. And then on these 2 pages here, I'm going to put what my ideal day looks like. I'm going to do 2 of them. And on this side, it's going to be my ideal day during the winter. And this side is going to be my ideal day during the summer because I'm learning how to live in Arizona right now. It's very different than San Diego. And there's things that I did in San Diego that I can't do here, like run at any time of day. So I went ahead and got a gym membership, but I made a plan on how I would like my ideal day to go. I just started today and I like it so far, but I know it's going to be different during the summer because part of my plan is walking the dogs. And right now I don't walk them till about 8:30 in the morning. And I know come summertime, that's probably going to be too hot for them. So I'm going to have to do it before the gym. And yeah, so anyway, that's what's going there. And then like I showed you in that spreadsheet, I'm going to go ahead and transfer all that information here. I haven't figured out what I want to do with these quarterly goal sections yet. I really want to use this year. I didn't take advantage of it last year, but I still need to figure it out. If you guys have any ideas for me on how to use this section, or if you've posted a video or pictures or anything, I would love to see it. Over here, I check off my savers from the Miracle Morning. I'll go ahead and fill that out. That's silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, and scribing. and I keep track of that here. I got to write that in. And then when we go to the weekly pages, I went ahead and wrote everything in pencil really lightly. And I figured I would just go ahead and write over it in pen and wait for it to dry and then erase it. But I don't think I want to take a chance. So I'm going to go ahead and erase and write in everything that I did for the first 2 days of the year. I already started on today's as well. And then for my daily pages, as soon as I got my pen yesterday, I went ahead and backfilled my to-do list, which I might talk about this in another video, but I do use the Moterm personal planner too, but I don't have a designated purpose for this. It's kind of just whenever I need it. And I did exactly that because for the last 2 days, I didn't have my planner. So I went ahead and wrote my to-do list and what I ate in here so that as soon as my ink came, I could go ahead and put it in here. I do plan on setting this up too. So as soon as I figure out exactly what I want to use this for, I'll go ahead and share that with you guys. I haven't filled in the journaling portion for January 1st yet. I typed that into my notes on my iPad, and I'm going to go ahead and transfer that here. And then today is Wednesday, like I said, so I drew in all the days up to here, but I normally like to draw the week out every Sunday or Monday. So I'm going to go ahead and draw out the rest of the week. I don't like to do any more than that because sometimes I change my mind, and I did actually change my mind on something. There's this little halfway dot right here, and I usually draw this line below it. But I'm going to go ahead and start putting the line above it because I feel like I needed a little extra space for food, and I don't need as much space for my to-do list. And my fitness section is getting a little bit tight too. I can probably fit one more workout in here or not leave space between the lines, but I might eventually have to move this one up. And I think in my last video about my common planner, I showed you guys that I ran out of pages in the back. I didn't plan it out very well. I wasn't sure how I was going to use it when I got it last year, and I ended up having to cut out some pages from my husband's old Hobonichi and cutting them down to B6 size and using it as like a little booklet to finish out the last 2 weeks of December. But this year I should be good. I should have enough for every day of the week. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out of the cover. This is from Little Ravens ink. People always ask me, but you can see how dark and how much this thing has patinaed. It was even lighter than this when I first got it. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm really nervous to do this on camera because I don't normally do that. I'm unsure of where I want to put this. I don't know if I should put it here next to my ideal day. And honestly, at the beginning of a book, I like to write on the right-hand side more than the left-hand side. So I might go ahead and stick this here and then have my ideal day here. Let's do that. I usually don't do anything with these other pages, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. This is the permanent adhesive by Tombow that I like to use. I get so nervous doing this, but doing it on camera is even more nerve-wracking. I made it a little small so it would fit. I just printed this up on my regular printer. I thought about putting it on sticker paper and then putting it in here, but that made me really nervous. And see how it flips up there? I should have taped it closer, but I'm gonna probably go ahead and get a piece of Scotch tape for this. I hope I'm not messing this up already. That's good. That was nerve-wracking. You know, putting down that like first thing is always scary. Before I go ahead and do my schedule, I'm going to go ahead and start doing this part. I'm currently using the Kakuno in Fine. Go ahead and check these off. I've done all of these things for the past 3 days. I was really struggling with working out when I first moved here to Arizona because I just didn't know the area and didn't feel comfortable going on a run. And then when I finally did start running, I realized it's very flat here. I thought I would like that, but then I end up running too fast. So I kind of miss the hills in San Diego. I thought I hated them, but apparently I miss them. So that's why I have a gym membership now. I'm finally exercising consistently again, which feels really good. I'm going to go ahead and fill out the rest for this quarter, and then that's it. And the reason I don't do more than that is just in case I decide to change pen colors, but I'll usually try to keep it the same pen color on one page. Okay, so that is my daily Miracle Morning tracker. And then down here at the bottom, I will usually keep my Instagram and YouTube followers for the month. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do for that. And what's next? Next are my monthlies, and I know I skipped this too, so I need to do this too. I'm so nervous to do this on camera with you guys. This is the little sheet that I made last year, and I went ahead and used it again this year, but I changed some of the goals, and I don't follow this exactly. It's broken down into goal, someday, 1 year, half year, quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily. And that's easy for something like personal development and happiness. I have someday I want to be a well-read person. And then it was easy to break down that goal because I said 50 books a year, 25 within the half year, quarterly 12, 4 a month, 1 book a week, which would be an hour a day of reading. A goal like that is kind of easy to break down into these different categories, but then there's other goals like health and wellness that can be harder to break down that way. So I just did the best I can, and this is what I came up with and what works for me. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this out, but I feel like it can be really hard to write on this page. So I'll normally stick another book under it like that so it makes it more even. Here I go. I'm gonna cheat a little and look at my old one. My writing was so much nicer last year. Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the camera because my battery is gonna die way too fast and you don't need to see me write this entire thing out, but I will be back as soon as I'm done and show you what the final layout looks like. My hand is cramping a little. That was a lot. So I went ahead and transferred all of these to this and managed to do it without any errors. My writing's not all that great, but at least I got them in here. The one thing that bound planners has taught me is to throw perfection out the door because I make mistakes in here all the time and I've actually grown to appreciate them. I still need to do this, but I'm still kind of tweaking it a little. So if you guys want to see how I do this, it's basically going to be this transferred in here. I'm just not exactly sure how I'm going to lay it out yet, but keep an eye out on my Instagram and I'll go ahead and share it there when I finish this. And it's still only going to be half of it because I'm going to wait to experience summer here before I decide what my ideal daily plan is. Next is probably my monthlies. December's in here. I don't think I'm going to start in December though. I'll probably just go ahead and leave that blank because it's already in my other planner from 2023. But I'm going to go ahead and look at my calendar and fill out January now. I keep all of my appointments on my iCalendar on my phone, and then I just transfer them here so that it's easier to reference them and look at my month all in one shot. I'm going to go ahead and do that next. I also made these stickers. I was really struggling with my machine because I guess it needed an update to work with the new Mac software, and they only have a beta version of it right now, but I went ahead and downloaded it and was finally able to cut my stickers. But I'm looking at them and it looks like some of them cut wrong, but then again, I don't think it did. I think it's just my printer didn't print the best. I was running out of ink, and let's see if these cut right. I can't even get them off. I'm so bad with making stickers, you guys, but I didn't want to order just monthly stickers, and that's basically all I really do. Okay, let's see. Okay, it looks like it did cut correctly. I just saw on somebody else's that they had theirs down here instead of over here, and I kind of really like that. God, I hate doing this. This is why I don't use stickers. Okay, there. I think I like that. I don't know why it bothers me when it's sideways like that, but in order to get it to fit on the side over here, I did squish down my font. But if I'm going to start putting it down here, I probably don't need to do that anymore. So let's go ahead and put the rest on. They're so fragile. Okay. So past me would have been like super picky about how these stickers went down. I would be looking to make sure they were the same amount of grid up and the same distance on the side. But I've realized that as you fill up this planner and fill it with all your memories and everything, you notice that stuff less and less, even if there is an error. These ones are really long and make me a little bit more nervous. Oh. You know, I forgot I made 2 of these, so I could have pulled from the other sheet, but that works. There. I think I like the way it looks down here. I'm so used to having it over here, but it's nice to try something different. So I have that there. I'm going to go ahead and fill out my calendar for January. I usually only fill this out at the end of the month for the upcoming month. I rarely will write something in further into the future. That I do on my calendar on my phone. don't have going on this month. It's usually pretty dead at the beginning of the year in our business. We do photography, and unfortunately, these jobs are still in California. But fortunately, we have photographers that shoot them for us, but we're slowly migrating the business over to Arizona. That I can think of, that's all I have right now in January. And then now let me go ahead and go over to the weekly. I have to backfill all this. Let me go ahead and start that now. I'm debating, guys. I don't know if I should just write over this and then wait a few hours and erase it, or if I should erase it as I go. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish these and then I'll show you guys at the end. But I did want to show you one of the differences between this year's Common Planner and last year's. In the previous year, the number was over here on the left-hand side and not on the vertical line. It was just on the horizontal line. So I would draw my vertical line to the right of the number. But this year, she actually has the number on the vertical line. I can still draw my line off to the right, but I like to do it right on top of the time because then it allows me an extra box at the end. So my spacing is just a little bit wider now. Whew, okay, it's all backfilled. I was doing really good until right here on Tuesday. I will draw my line with this, and if I pull it away too soon sometimes, it'll drag some of the ink. So that happened there a little, and then I managed to smear walk dogs when I was brushing away the eraser marks. That's why I was kind of afraid to do it that way. I didn't wait long enough for it to dry, so that smudged a little, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and go over to the daily pages. Nothing has really changed with my daily pages. This is the way it's gonna look. I'm debating on drawing a line down the middle here, so this one's just kind of drawn in pencil right now. I'm gonna backfill Monday's journal after I'm done with this video because this thing is probably going on forever, but I'm gonna go ahead and fill out the rest of the week right now. A lot of people ask me which highlighter I'm using, and it's this one from Tombow, and it's color 992. I'm pretty sure this ink can handle being highlighted over, but I still like to go ahead and do the highlighter before I write in what I want to write, because sometimes you have to wait a while so it doesn't smear. So I'm going to go ahead and write my little topic lines now. And then I'll usually skip over to this page so that I give this writing a little bit of time to dry. Okay, so that's all I usually will do is 1 week's worth, just in case I want to change the layout at all or my ink color. And I don't like to make it overwhelming to have to set up the whole month or anything like that. I almost forgot to show you on my weekly pages, I'm using a different color to mark in whenever I play Animal Crossing because I've become a little bit obsessed with it, and it really jumps out at me when I realize that I've been spending way too many hours playing it. I was using a pink color last week, but I switched over to this new gray-green. But I'll probably go back and forth between this color and pink. And yeah, that's it. So that is basically my planner setup. And I think I showed you guys everything. I forgot to put these in here. These are Midori index tabs. I don't think I've ever been able to find them on Amazon. I usually get them from Tokyo Pen Shop. I think Jet Pens might have them too, but I love how they light on my page. And I just have the 3 of them here. They're not bulky at all. And I'm gonna go ahead and slide this back in here. And that's it, guys. This video is probably so long. Thank you for sticking around till the end. If you did, I can't wait to share with you guys my journals and any updates going on with them. I'm hoping to get back into a little bit more vlogging, but it's a little bit hard. My daughter is working with us full time, so she's always home. And my son just recently moved in because he lives here in Arizona and he wants to save to buy a house. And I don't have much privacy anymore, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep trying to record and share with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe. And if you want to be notified whenever I post a new video, make sure you hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.